What's up, everybody? Nick the Comic Nerd here. A little tired, but wanted to knock out this video before I call it a night. For Friday morning, we'll do my Read of the Week video right here, right now. So, I hope everybody enjoyed their comic books. I know I did. It was another great week. I still haven't given anything below the grade of a C, I believe. My post is on my Instagram. For my grades, we'll go over them really quick. I'll give you a couple little breakdowns and some recommendations. This week, we're going to start doing my cover of the week. I thought that would be a fun idea. So, yeah, let's dive right into this. So, cover of the week. It was hard to decide, to be honest. There were a couple I really liked, but I had to go with Wonder Girl 1. I thought this is so amazing. Joelle Jones, I don't know what she did before Wonder Woman Future State, but she's just amazing. I just think Yara is amazing to look at, and she's beautiful. So, easily my cover of the week. There are a couple of other runner-ups, but we won't really get into that. So let's get into some grades. So we'll start with Wonder Girl. I gave it an A. I thought this was awesome. I'm putting it right on the pull list. I'm very excited to see what happens. I went with cover A. I had the option of the blank cover, cover B. I don't remember what the gold cover was considered, but there were a whole lot of them. So pretty neat. A lot of great covers, but I went with A. Legends of the Dark Knight, issue number 1. I gave this an A also. I really liked this. The 3 villains you see on there who Batman's going after. There's like a gas being released that keeps changing people and killing them, so he's going after it. This next one is Read of the Week, so we're not going to go there. I'm a little scrambled here with the orders. We're doing DC. Justice League 61. I gave it a B. Brutus is still going around, and he's fighting. This new hero, Naomi, is kind of figuring out her powers. Batman is helping her out. Black Canary was in here. Green Arrow was in here. There were a lot of good stuff going on in there. Looney Tunes, as always, an A. Cool, 2 cool Sylvester and Tweety stories in here, and there was one more with, what's his name, Sam. So, really neat. I always enjoy Looney Tunes, to be honest. It's always something really fun to me and that I like to read, so. On to Marvel. Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade. I went with a C. It was one of those stories where the cover didn't exactly match what was going on. It was good. I just didn't love it. And there was like a character. I don't know if I'm just not focused enough on that, because there was a character that I don't remember from a previous issue. So maybe that could have been what kind of threw me off too. Loved this. Way of X2. Nightcrawler is fighting Legion, who got in his head for a little bit. And there was a lot of really cool stuff going on in here. So I thought this was great. I gave it an A. If it wasn't for a couple other books, I mean, I gave out a lot of A's this week. I think we read 12 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 A's, which is great. Star Wars Bounty Hunters 12. I gave this a B. This whole little backstory on Valance and Han didn't really get my attention as much as I would have liked. I thought it was a little bit slower. So we'll see how it goes. On to some indies, and then we'll get into the Read of the Week. So, Power Rangers 7. I gave it a B. Still a cool story. A lot going on. Draken is kind of becoming one of the Rangers, it seems like, and they actually flirted with the idea of putting him in the Blue Ranger suit, which I thought was really cool. I don't think they're going to do it, but maybe later on in the series they will. Who knows? Jules Verne's The Lighthouse 2. I really enjoyed this. I'm liking this a lot, to be honest. I think this is a great indie pickup. I want to say it's only 3 issues, but that's a total guess. I don't know why I think that, but really cool. They actually find another passenger for the lighthouse ship, so pretty cool. Orcs 4. This is one of my favorite ones, and I love this dope cover. This was almost cover of the week if it wasn't for Joelle Jones's first issue. I probably would have been cruel in giving it to this, but really cool. So she's telling more stories to the kids, and there's a lot more going on, a lot of traveling, but now there's going to be some fighting, which is awesome to see from the orcs. They had to go and deal with some trolls, and they kind of like hung out in their like hidden area that they stay in, and were eating and dining like pigs. It was really cool for them because they just needed to catch a break. Daredevil 30, more Elektra as Daredevil. She got into a bit of a tisk. I gave this an A. She got into a bit of a tisk with a few people and brought the girl with her, the kid, I can't remember the name right now, but it ended up in violence, and it wasn't good for Elektra. And also Matt was offered to move his sentence somewhere else, and he chose not to. So pretty crazy, pretty upsetting, but really cool overall. I'm still really enjoying that story, to be honest. And yeah, so we'll see where it goes. A new villain came back at the end. Well, not a new villain. A villain came back at the end, and it's gonna make the next issue insane. The next cover is also amazing to look at, as well as looking forward to Star Wars Bounty Hunters cover. It's Chewbacca and Valance. So my read of the week, issue number 1, Shang-Chi. Let's dive into it. Alright, you guys, so let's dive on into this. So this is Shang-Chi. I think it's called Shang-Chi vs. the Marvel Universe, to be honest. And this issue just doesn't have it say it like that. Neither does the CLZ app. So I believe this is cover C. I thought this was a nice one. I had the option of cover A, B, C, and there's a couple other ones. But there's a good story written by Gene Luen Yang. And the artist is Deke Ruin. I think I pronounced all of those wrong, but it opens up in a now scenario of them with Batman. Let's try and get rid of this glare. Sorry about that. Alright, but anyways, so they're saying about how they don't want to hurt Spider-Man, and then we get to the real story, which is Shang-Chi is on a date. So before we get too far into this, I don't know much about Shang-Chi, to be honest. I'm very excited for the series coming out on Disney Plus. This is volume 2, technically, of his story. What makes it hard is that I don't really know what went down in volume 1, so there's a few things that confuse me, but I am very excited to continue with this and looking forward to where it goes. So, like I said, he is on a date. He's getting some texts from his sister, and she's annoying him, telling him she wants to kill somebody instead of doing a stakeout. It goes back and forth, as you see here. So he's on his date, and all of a sudden somebody breaks through the window. I'll show you that up close. Kind of playing with new camera angles here. So this person comes breaking through the window, and Shang-Chi has to leap into action. So he puts on his suit. I don't know if he just morphs into it, if he just pulls off like his regular clothes and he has that underneath it. It's kind of what it seemed like. And he has to go after this guy. And his sister wants to gut him, and he kind of just hits him once, and that does the trick. So, but also while she's fighting him, what's cool is if you look on the bottom there, in the middle panel, she's holding a Spider-Man monitor that she took off of the guy's foot. Pretty cool. I don't exactly know how these guys got involved, but Spider-Man shows up, and him and Shang-Chi talk, and Shang-Chi seems very annoyed with him. I don't know what that's about. I ended up going on and reading, and you find out that Shang-Chi taught him in like the ways of the spider or something like that. This is his first time meeting his sister. Also, his sister keeps calling him. Let me just look back real quick. I'm sorry about that. She keeps calling him Supreme Commander of the Five Weapon Society. So that's what I mean, is that something I don't know exactly about this. I don't know how he became that or why, but he's basically looking for, he's going to be looking for a drug ring. Meanwhile, Spider-Man is looking for a weapons ring. So Spider-Man wants to team up with him and ends up following him around and chases him back to this like pharmaceutical place, a little drugstore on the side of there. The sister walks in and they just wanted to scout it out, and she starts wreaking havoc, and this guy grows that claw-like thing exactly like the first guy who came through the window at the restaurant did. So it's part of the drug, I'm guessing, and Spider-Man had a hunch that the drugs had to do with the weapons he was looking for so that they could work together, and Shang-Chi was like, I don't know if you're correct, but it seems to have gone well. And I believe, in, to be honest, one of my big specs in this is that, show you some artwork, is that the weapon is the claw itself. Like, that's kind of how it goes down. Spider-Man talks to Shang-Chi about how he lost his spider sense, which they give you a little thing here. Spider-Man, Spider Island is where we might read that if you were looking forward to that or something. I didn't know anything about it, so Spider-Man isn't really getting much of a hang of everything, but him and Shang-Chi partner up well. Shang-Chi moves very fast. His skill seems to be unmatchable. And Spider-Man and him team up to use their webs and everything. Pretty cool. And then Spider-Man gets injected. Let me just look quick. Oh, he gets, like, scratched on the face. So if you look there, that hand on his face, that ends up, like, putting whatever in him. And now Spider-Man's got those claw-like things. So Shang-Chi is telling his sister, like, hey, I'm sorry, but Spider-Man is strong to begin with, and now he's even stronger, and she's brutal. She wants to kill him. She wants to fight him. That's kind of how it goes down. And they end up using Spider-Man's webs against him. So his sister and him team up really well. His sister's name is Enmei. Artwork is awesome. I love these negative spaces with the black. And Spider-Man kind of... So she takes off the... He takes off, I'm sorry, the thing that was put on his face, and it kind of makes him go back to normal, but he's very tired. He tells Shang-Chi, and this is I think that's a good shot of Shang-Chi, to be honest. I really like that one. You find out that Shang-Chi, being the, ends up being the leader of the Five Weapon Society, I believe it was called from the beginning, and he has his sister calling some warriors of the Deadly Dagger, it's called, and he wants what's called the Yeren root, which was the drug that I believe is going to be what causes the weapon. I could be wrong. He wants it all taken care of. So basically, his sister calls in these ninjas to come clean everything out, and Spider-Man gets all panicky, and he goes, are you still one of us? And I guess he means an Avenger. And Shang-Chi's response is, what does your spider sense tell you? Which is pretty lowballing it, to be honest. But, the final thing is, across Chinatown, there's a man, and he says, how could the Weapons Society, the Five Weapons Society, fall under the control of such a traitor? And then somebody is talking, we don't know who it is. There's like a dark shot, there it is. I have an offer for you, King Wildman. So what I read also in this is that, Shang-Chi's father was the leader of that, and I learned that his sister and him didn't grow up together, so I'm guessing she was maybe adopted, and that's why she's so violent compared to him in a way. It kind of makes sense to me, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But Spider-Man isn't exactly happy about it, because I guess that Shang-Chi's father wasn't a good person, was a villain possibly, who fought and, you know, ran weapons or something. I don't know. It's this whole thing to do that I wish I read Volume 1 first. But I'm going to continue with Volume 2. I really thought this was a great read. This J. Scott Campbell cover is amazing. I love this variant. If this turns into something really cool, this might be one worth slabbing. Who knows? But we shall see. So you guys, we had a really cool, a really good week in issue number 1s. It almost feels like every week I'm getting number 1, but that's okay. I highly recommend Shang-Chi. It was my read of the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought if you read it. Let me know if my video interested you in possibly going and getting it. And then also, I would highly recommend Wonder Girl 1 as well as... There we go, better. Wonder Girl 1 as well as Legends of the Dark Knight 1 if you're a Batman fan. Both $4 books, which was great. Nothing too expensive, which I was very happy about because you never know these days with DC how much a book is going to cost, I feel like. But Shang-Chi, issue number 1. Really looking forward to the show now. I'm super pumped to see what he can do. I almost wonder if the people at the end, when they said we can lend a hand, I wonder if they're from the Hand, like the people that Daredevil and Elektra fight. The Hand also returned in Daredevil 30, or Elektra believes they will. So that kind of would be really cool, because I really enjoyed the fighting in Daredevil on Netflix between the Hand and him and Elektra. So I thought this would be a great kind of spin around to bring the Hand back, and for all I know, that means that Daredevil, or Elektra Daredevil, could come into Shang-Chi, but the next issue is Shang-Chi versus Captain America, and the cover looks nuts. Cover A looks amazing already. It's kind of them fighting, falling off a building, so I'm very excited to see what that holds. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, comment if what your read of the week was. If it wasn't Shang-Chi, I'd love to hear it, and I'll comment back to you guys. Stay safe, enjoy your comics, have a safe weekend.